Photoshop files, and it's got all these different layers. So you can actually, it comes with huge, I think 100 and something layers. So you could actually cut out layers and bring stuff in and use different components of this already cool looking thing. So go check out Media Militia. They've got some free stuff.
Which is always awesome.
Is there any?
That's enough.
Isn't that what the internet's for?
Tell me about it.
Free stuff.
Piracy.
Woohoo! So he said, first off, I want to say I love listening to your podcast on my way to work. I wish they came out daily. Is it me, or is this like 2 weeks in a row people are asking for more?
Hey, man, people really are. And here's my answer to that. Hail to the no.
And that is what's up. By the way, he does quote Paul. He says, I got to read this. Left a review on iTunes as, well, review from Late Night Man. He's a little apprehensive about that. 5-star. And then in caps he says, now that's what's up. Ha ha.
Jaya, that is what's up, man.
That is cool.
Thanks for calling me out on that.
As soon as I saw that, I sent this text to Paul. I was like, Paul, you're the bomb. They're quoting you on our podcast. This is awesome. Anyway, so he says, I wish they came out daily. They're not going
Which
to.
Which is be a hell of a lot of work for us.
Anytime soon. He did want to give us some pointers. He checked around on our website. We'll go real quick. Sometimes the audio is pretty bad. It clips. Yeah, we know. If this one is clipping, let us know, because it shouldn't be. What happened was there's a mic on this system on the webcam, and there's a nice high-quality mic, and sometimes I wasn't remembering to change from the webcam mic to the high-quality mic, so we got a lot of clipping. We've hopefully ironed that out permanently. Internet Marketing Podcast is not up to date. We know. Sorry. We'll get to it. SEO Process Outline.pdf still has MSN logo not being. We'll fix that, because that's a very, very good point. Lots of spelling errors. I wish I could say it wasn't my fault. That's what's up. You should create a Facebook URL. We mentioned this earlier. Apparently, we can make facebook.com/e-webstyle. We'll be working on that. By the way, after I got this email, I was hoping all of this would be done. You know, like, yeah, Jay hooked us up and we fixed all of this. Oh, and then we could pull like one of my clients. I checked all this stuff. It looked fine to me. Maybe you were looking at cash.
What are you talking about, Jay? This has been done.
He says create your own site in Joomla, because we've been talking about ASP is out of date. You know, that is one of our plans. We actually have one rebuild of our own website that's been underway 6 months. You know, we're the mechanic who drives the crappy car because he doesn't get paid to fix his car.
And Jay putting us to work.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
And then some ideas on podcast topics. He's got some more stuff. Local search. Actually, that's a great suggestion.
I thought that was an awesome suggestion.
Difference between Bing and Google SEO tactics. Best SEO tools. Best SEM tools. How long does it normally take to be the first page of Google? Well, we proved with blue one-armed widgets it can happen in a week. And how to start an SEO company. What? You want to create competition or what?
Here's how you compete against us.
The best way to compete against us. Google eWebstyle.
There you go.
Everyone who has eWebstyle on their page, call them and say that you can do it less effectively. And I like this. I hope you don't take this email as being rude. I'm just trying to help. I love it, actually. I think that's awesome. We, continually say we are world-class experts at what we do. We have maps of people who listen to us around the world and great testimonials around the world to prove that. And we're not perfect. We have never said we're perfect. And, anytime you can suggest anything, especially on our own website, you're just going to be helping us out.
Yes.
Except for that how to start an SEO company comment. I'm going to delete that from this podcast. No one will ever know that was in your email. And again, that was awesome from Jaya. It's actually spelled Jeya, MediaMilitia.com, the place for free graphic design resources.
That's what's up, Jay. Thanks, man. We appreciate all of the help, all of the suggestions, and I'm actually going to get on some of your podcast ideas and start doing some research so I can help you guys out, or everyone out with that.
Yeah, again, send us an email, podcast@e-webstyle.com. We really appreciate it. Obviously, we take them very seriously, and again, you are listening. I don't think I've said this. You are listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. And it's because of you. It's because you guys are out there listening to our podcast, giving us good ratings, and enjoying yourselves. So we really appreciate that. If you get anything good out of this, there's a couple things you can do. You can actually go to Podomatic, actually go to eWebStyle, so there's no www. Podomatic, now I'm screwing it up again. eWebStyle.podomatic.com. That'll take you to our podcast page on Podomatic. Get on there, create an account, become a friend, fan, a follower,
stalker,
Kool-Aid drinker,
there you
something,
go.
Something. That helps us out. And if you've got a blog and you could post on a blog or anything like that, just go ahead and do that. Link back to us. We really appreciate that. So I wanted to rewind it back. That was good. Wow. This time, because we've been getting a little sidetracked, and we are talking, it's great that we're interacting with people. We've got new people starting to listen to our podcasts, and even though we lecture them repeatedly to go back to podcast number 1 and listen to all of them, some of them do, a lot of them probably don't. So we wanted to say, what are the real bottom line fundamentals? And I think it's always good to review this. Oh, look, there's a map right there on the back. If you guys are watching, that's where people listen to us. You see, we've got, I'm American, so I don't know most of these places.
Yeah. We have the United States.
There's a lot in the U.S. There's
some other stuff across the water.
That's Costa Rica. We got Costa Rica. We got Brazil. I think we did a shout out to Sao Paulo. Dude, check that out. Whoever is in Iceland, hit us up. Right?
Real.
Send us an email and tell us that you're listening from Iceland. That is what's up.
That is. You are the coolest cat in the whole country.
We got all UK. We've got all throughout Europe, Spain, France, Portugal, Australia, New Zealand. We'll say that's Malaysia.
I was just gonna say Asia because
yeah, we got a couple spots in Asia. This map's a little sparse on that. Anyway, that's the back of my notes. So we're gonna take it back, and we want to really say, what are the fundamentals? So maybe this is the first podcast that you're listening to. You've decided you want to do SEO, or at least learn about it so that you can police your SEO company. Always a good idea. Unless you're working with us, and then we just give you so much information, you're like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is focus on these things. What are some on-page stuff? I'm going to quiz you, Paul.
Okay, I'd say for on-page, you need to be working on your meta tags.
Boom, that's good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, so what kind of meta tags are there?
I would say, there's more tags than I can actually name.
That's probably
but
true.
Here's what I can tell you to focus on. You want to have your correct title tags, unique for every single page. That's quick, easy.
That's a unique for every single page. That's really important.
Easy do that in your web design software very simply. I wouldn't spend more than a few minutes on it. Just make sure put a keyword in it. Make sure it's relevant to the page.
Yeah, when you say that, it's interesting because I think even when we first started making websites, you tend to want to just put your company name on the title tag of every page, and that's not very helpful. Google doesn't really appreciate that. So.
Yes. So that's important. There's also a description tag which describes the page, which obviously should be unique for every page. Should also have some keywords in it.
That's good.
That's about it.
There's keywords, there's descriptions, and then there's a keyword tag also.
There's a keyword tag.
In the meta tags. So you want to make sure your keyword has, keywords? So you put keywords in your keyword
that would definitely
meta
help.
tag?
Because there are still some search engines that will read the keyword tag.
Yep, absolutely. Other tags that you should focus on. So these are kind of for if you're new to HTML development or whatever development, PHP, ASP, .NET, whatever. That pretty much covers most of them. Yeah. Then there are a lot of tags, and these are kind of like behind the scenes. So one example is a header tag. And a header has a number of different header tags. There's an H1 tag, there's an H2 tag, there's an H3. And really what those kind of, the way they manifest on the front of what a user sees is an H1 tag is really big text. And it's a header 1 tag. So this is the primary header typically of the page, but maybe of a section. Google says, hey, if they're going to bother to put a header tag here and an H1 tag, then there must be some information about whatever's in that header tag in there. You do an H2, it is larger than the rest of the text on the page typically. and it's a little bit smaller. H3 just keeps getting smaller. And so those are good ways to kind of identify, and Google's able to tell these things, Google and Bing are able to tell that, hey, these sections are about these pieces of information, so you definitely want to be using H tags. Another one is alt tag.
Alt tag. I knew what this was for about a year before I actually figured out what the name of it was.
He was walking around the office.